Hello and welcome back to the Players Club podcast. This season 2, episode 9. I'm your host, Bryan alongside my co-host, once again, who can't count, Jacob McDougald. We did have that earlier.
Yeah, we did.
We did have that earlier in the year. But we're back with the one camera setup. Makes my life easier, and I wanted to switch it up.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to, I don't know. Every podcast has like one camera. Have you noticed that? Like most podcasts?
Yeah, unless it's like, I know the ones that I watch had either the one cam or they have like three and they flip back and forth between. But
We'll get there eventually.
yeah, we're not at that level yet. But I like the one cam, to be honest. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's it makes my life easier. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta edit color, baby. Don't gotta cut back. Don't gotta watch it back. Makes my life a lot easier. But no, we'll be switching it up. We'll probably go back to 2 cameras. We might do 3. Who knows?
At
if we
some
get
point,
optimistic,
we love that.
you know. But I still can't believe we don't have Carl's episode on camera.
I mean,
When he had the
I
greatest
have
rant.
I have his angle.
Yeah, but like
on my phone.
my phone, like gave up and was like,
Dude, my
womp,
laptop I tried so hard to like import that and nothing was working.
It was a
Plus, the school Wi-Fi is terrible.
that too. I
That
got
did not
select
help.
classes tonight, so.
Oh, you're registering tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Go to the snake pit, bro. I'm
I
telling
might
you.
have to, right? Nah, you know what I'm probably gonna do?
Or just go off campus.
I'm gonna probably hotspot my John.
Or just go to like a Starbucks off campus.
Yeah, I could do that too. But all right.
Good luck with that, for
Yeah,
real.
enough of this nonsense. I know they ain't trying to listen to all that. They
They don't want to hear about our personal lives?
Probably
no, I
not.
didn't think so.
They probably clicked here. No, we're not that, interesting if we're being honest. They probably clicked on here. They say, you know what, let's hear about what these two idiots got to say about sports. So I say we just get straight into it.
Sure.
Right.
Let's get into it. What NFL first? Sure.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
get,
wearing
you
your
see
Saints
the
shirt.
Alvin Kamara shirt. Where do I start? 5-4, finally top of the NFC South, which is all we need to do, which is all we should have been doing. Easily could be 6-3 had we not sold that Packers game. Could be 7-2 if you want to argue, like offensive woes early in the season. But it is what it is. I'll take it over 500 at this point. We're on a 2-game win streak. Would love to keep it rolling and potentially go, 6-4 would be real nice because the way the Bucks and Falcons are looking, we obviously know that Panthers, it's done. They have no chance. Bucks and Falcons are not. They're both on a decline. So if we can continue to build with like another dub or 2 before our next loss and they continue to drop, further solidify our position as number 1 in the NFC South, which is all we need to get a playoff spot. I saw this. I was really mad that I couldn't find this, but I saw this post earlier today that was like, over the last 5 games, we're averaging 20-plus points total. And like I said, like our offense has been showing more consistent. It's still not great. The last 2 games have been most consistent. But last 4 or 5 games, we've been showing an ability to score when we need to. We've been matching, other teams when we need to. Our defense has been spectacular. It's good to see. It's finally, it took a long time. Can you believe the season is over halfway done?
That's honestly.
It's really, this is like felt the fastest.
We have played 9 games already.
It's insane. But, it's the cautious optimism feels better this time around than before because it feels like we're finally putting things together. I wanted to talk about, shout out Paulson Adebo, our cornerback.
I was going to say, I have no idea who that
Dog. So this
Low
last
key a casual, I'm not going to lie.
no, it's all good.
I'm
This last game,
dead.
he had 7 tackles, 3 pass disruptions, 2 interceptions, and he had 2 forced fumbles, but 1 forced fumble recovery.
Mm-hmm.
So he was all
doing it all.
So he got NFC defensive player of the week
Solid.
too. So shout out him. I think we also had our defense leads the league in interceptions with 12.
Damn.
We have I think 3 or 4 interceptions in a row like over the last couple games. What was the other defensive side? Oh, Demario Davis. He I think is rated like the top linebacker in the league right at this point in the season. So shout out him. Like I said, all we needed was a decent offense and let our defense do the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So
I wish I could say the same.
we'll get to that, but we
Yeah.
finally are at that point. Shout out AK, bro. I love Alvin Kamara. He's just so. I was watching highlights again. His balance is unlike.
Nah, he's a dog. He's a dog.
Coming up, we're playing the Vikings next, and shout out Joshua Dobbs. We can get on that in a second. I'm on the hype train too. Love what I'm seeing. It reminded me of Baker Mayfield with the Rams last year, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly what I got.
But we're going to have to shut that down this Sunday. You feel me?
Yeah, I get you.
We're going to have to shut that noise down.
Obviously.
Because I hate Minnesota.
Oh, we know that.
And you know Bernthal.
I do know Bryan.
I have him for my class, and he talks about the Vikings all the time.
I know.
Our last quiz. Sorry to bring it back to school, but this is sports related. Literally yesterday, our quiz, the last question, because he'll give like freebies in there.
Oh, it was
who has the most like best colors and most like historic or whatever like vibe, and the only answer was the Minnesota Vikings, and you had to click it
for us
if you didn't want to fail.
He did the same thing for my class, like when I had marketing principal, like you did. But he put who's the best team in the NFL, and you had to click. You had to put the Vikings. Yeah.
You know how much that hurt me to click that and be like, bro.
Him for sports marketing was kind of fun.
I'm gonna have him for sports marketing next
semester. Because we talked a lot.
But you know this, I might have to wear this shirt next Monday when we win, 100. Or if we win that game, which we should have a good chance. You know, no Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson just got reactivated, correct? But I don't know if he's gonna.
I think this is his 4th week, so he should be back.
I think he should be back. But regardless, we should be able to have enough to take this win. And if we do, best believe I'm wearing this shirt. He's going to sit. I might have to sit in the front. I used to sit in the front in the beginning. I stopped and I moved to like the back because we always get moved into our group. So I sit like next to the guy that's in my group. I might have to sit in the front again just to gloat because he's gonna notice it and it'll be so funny.
Maybe.
But yeah, it feels good. The Saints they feel good right now. That's it for me. I'm so sorry about
DJ.
Do you think it's over for
DJ?
DJ?
100. I don't think as a GM you just sign him and then you go and watch USC versus Washington, which are 2 of the top quarterbacks coming into the draft this year, and you go out to watch the quarterbacks closely and not make it your priority to draft them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's time I think it's time.
He just signed that.
He just signed that contract.
Yeah.
I know I don't want to talk about it, but I mean it sucks that you don't want to see him go down with an ACL tear, non-contact. I was at the tournament, right, when I got the notification, so I didn't even see the play. I just saw pictures of him on the floor, and it hurt. Low key, it hurt. I was like, damn, like first of all, you never want any player to go down like that. I mean, it happened last year with Sterling Shepard when he went down in Dallas. Just running. It wasn't even a route. It was a running play. He just ran straight. There was no route. It was a running play, and he just starts jumping because he tore his ACL. So, I mean, you never want to see that happen, but I don't know, man. I mean, I guess I just got to – I think it is time. I think it's time. I mean, he did take us to the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to be any help, but –
the post you sent me about the 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, that was funny,
that was pretty funny.
But it's just the O-line, man. This man gets no time to throw, and then he's constantly having to rush, and then everyone's quick to put blame on him. And I mean, granted, some of the blame should be put on him, but not all the blame.
No, I agree.
I feel like he wouldn't be doing this bad if he had a decent O-line. Not even like I'm not even talking like a Niners O-line or an Eagles O-line or a Cowboys O-line. Like I'm just talking about just a decent,
just a standard,
O-line. Just a normal O-line that does O-line. What they're supposed to do. But it's like, what can you do?
Mm-hmm.
So I've accepted the tank for Caleb, as people like to say. I mean, we got.
What if Caleb turns out to be a bust, though?
I'd cry. Probably.
Because
that'd be my 13th reason.
I don't know. I feel like he's gonna be nice, but at the same time,
that's gonna be my 13th reason. I'm not gonna hold you. But yeah, man,
I guess you guys stay positive.
You got Tommy DeVito as your starting quarterback. You got
I just think of the picture of him and I laugh every time.
Who did they just sign, man? That's so bad I forgot. He was on the Bills. We just signed him to the practice squad. We got Matt Barkley as our backup, and then we got
who?
Yeah, exactly. Jacob Eason, that's who it is.
Wait.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that name.
We just signed him to our practice squad.
I forgot about that dude.
Mm-hmm. That's how down bad we are. At this point, you remember? You know who I'd rather have? What's his name, bro? Journeyman. He was a practice squad goat. It's Josh. Is it McGowan?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I know
low
you're talking
key,
about- I know
bring
you're
him at this point, bro. Bring him off his couch. Sign Matt Ryan. I don't know off of CBS. Bring Tony Romo. I don't know. Bring somebody.
Yeah.
Bring Brady. I don't know, man. Try and do something. But I actually no, they don't deserve it. They were all good quarterbacks. They don't deserve it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just accepted the tank, bro. There's just nothing else to it.
Who do you play next? Do you know or do you care?
Well, we just played LV, and I believe the next game was
Oh yeah, that was their first game without Josh
Jimmy G.
McDaniels, and
Jimmy G.
they balled, like they
Yeah.
went crazy. You see the locker
Aiden
room,
McConnell.
the vibes for them are just way up. I didn't
Aiden
realize they all.
A dude named Aiden McConnell just destroyed us.
I didn't realize they all hated that dude, the coach. Like
Yeah,
they all
McDaniels,
hated
yeah.
him. They said it was like no more
Hey,
walking
shout
around.
out Mark
eggshells
Davis.
around
Shout out
him.
Mark Davis, man. He lost
Yeah.
$85 million. You know that? Yeah, off of firing McDaniels.
Oh yeah, because he just signed him. Yeah.
He lost all the money, but
Mm.
I want an owner that's gonna do that, man. I want an owner that's gonna, do what's best for the team, and he did what's best for the team. He knows he's gonna lose money, but he said, "Screw it, you gotta go." Shout out Antonio Pierce too.
Give Devontae the ball.
Yeah.
For the sake of my fantasy team.
What am I gonna
give Devontae the ball, please. I don't know whether or not to bench him. The last 2 weeks he's been subpar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting to that point where, it's Devontae, so we could go off. But you never know. They're playing the Jets. Jets have a good defense. And, I don't know what to do. But we'll get there. And
the Giants play the Cowboys.
And the Cowboys are coming off of a loss to Philly, so they're going to be mad. Imagine y'all mess around and beat them.
I swear to God, Jacob, everybody would know. Everybody would know.
Because what are the Cowboys sitting at right now?
Second in the division.
No, but what's their record? 5 or 6?
I think either 6-3 or 5-4. But I think they're 6-3.
I think they're 6-3.
Yeah.
And if they lose,
they lost to Philly.
They lost to the Cardinals.
They lost to the Cardinals right
which
after
is
us.
Still like.
That's
what?
the Cardinals' only win.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lost to. Oh my God! They lost to someone else. I keep wanting to say Buffalo, but I know it's not Buffalo.
I want to bring
I feel
up.
like it's a blue team. I
don't know who their other loss is, but.
Let me see actually.
Do you see the primetime matchups this week?
Yeah, dog water. They're 5-3. They already had their bye week.
5-3. So you just covered them.
No, because I said it was the Eagles and the Niners. We forgot the Niners. The Cardinals. We forgot the Niners, and they got embarrassed.
Yeah.
On Sunday night.
F Dallas,
The F Dallas. How can we forget that? How can we forget
I don't know.
Damn.
Dude, the prime. Oh my gosh, I gotta go over the prime time.
We got Panthers Bears
tonight. Panthers Bears.
This is on. We do record on Thursday, by the way.
Yeah, 1-7 versus 2-7. But so these are the teams of my dad is a Bears fan, like I said, and my brother is a Panthers fan. I don't know if they got a bet on this game. Wouldn't matter, honestly. Both teams.
That's crazy.
Both teams are trash. So why would you even?
That's crazy.
What's the point?
No, yeah. So we got Bears Panthers tonight. It's Jets, Raiders.
Jets Raiders Sunday night.
That's what I thought.
The Jets, I think they have 2 more primetime games after this because everybody's supposed to be A-Rod.
A-Rod.
Oh, you see A-Rod every game? He's been.
Bro, I don't know how. First of all, I don't know how he's doing it.
Bro,
I'm actually mind blown. Genuinely.
Me too.
I don't understand. I physically don't understand it.
Do you think it's a farce? He's kind of playing it up, and he's not really that doing that well.
Well, I mean, he's walking. That's already crazy.
I know, and
he's
throwing. He's throwing.
I don't care about the throwing. The fact that he's walking. He's walking without crutches 2 months after a torn Achilles is crazy.
Bro.
A fully torn. You saw the muscle pop.
Mm-hmm.
That's absurd.
People have been saying now, they're like, oh, he's walking, but push him and see if he actually stands up or whatever. I was just like, I don't.
That's messed up.
I know. They were push him and see how well his leg holds up. I was like, all right,
bro,
you don't got to do all that.
The internet is ruthless, man.
No, good for him. Did you hear what he said? I forgot who he was talking to at their last game.
Yeah, when
they're
like,
are you hopping back out? And he was just give me a few weeks.
Give me a few weeks.
Obviously, a few weeks is an exaggeration.
I don't think. They're saying he could be ready by playoff. I think it's stupid.
I think it'd be dumb to come. I'm gonna say, do you think there's any chance, though?
I mean,
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
No, I don't.
I say just sit back and wait.
I've always been a Rodgers fan, right? Because I've always thought he was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at the talent. The man is talented. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, I don't know, man. There's something up there.
No, I don't. I think playoffs, because imagine he gets hurt again, or if he's not 100%.
If he's hurt again, he's done.
He's done.
For his career.
Like, I know you want to
help your team. You want to
help
play.
your team, retrieve some of that hype and like get it back or whatever. But just wait, because you can come back even stronger next year and really show what you can do.
Actually, speaking of that, I do want to talk about something about baseball at the end, but we'll do that at the end because I remember.
Yeah,
I just remembered.
So it was them and then
injury,
Broncos, Bills. Bro, what is up with Buffalo this year?
I knew Buffalo was there, but I didn't know it was
Josh
Broncos.
Allen been throwing picks left and right.
Mm-hmm.
They're 5-4.
Their defense isn't that good either.
They're sitting at their defense has never really been. Well, no, it was solid.
Is
Von Miller back? I don't
know. But they have one of the best.
Yeah, they had one of the.
They have one of the best safety duos for sure.
But they're 5-4.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're the same record as us, which is like what? They're Buffalo Bills. They shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. And they're sitting third in their division. I don't know. Josh Allen has to pull through.
Are they third?
Yeah, they're third. They dropped to third.
So New York's second.
Mm-hmm.
Or technically, New York technically.
So
I don't know. I don't know what's up with them, man. They've been a little sketch this year. I mean, they barely beat us, the Giants, on prime time on Sunday night.
This might be Lamar's year, bro. As far as the AFC goes, Lamar and the Ravens, they're
Did you see
balling.
Did you see his Instagram story? People were hitting him up about the parlays because he didn't throw any touchdowns.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he didn't throw any touchdowns. Like the last touchdown that went to OBJ that game, Huntley threw it. Right, because he was on the bench. Like Lamar was just done for the day, but they were up 31 to they were up 30 to 10 at that point, with
something like that.
4 minutes left. So they were just like, sit down. They've been just scoring,
dude.
They've been scoring.
I don't even.
And he looks happy. The whole team looks happy
because they got weapons. Lamar has weapons.
But
finally.
I'm saying, no, I know, but I'm
saying.
And
you think they don't even have J.K. Dobbins? He got hurt.
No, I know, but
he's
not even he's not even throwing that many touchdowns if you think about it.
No.
Like he's just happy to be there because they're just doing good. I mean, they're always going to do good, but they're doing really.
I mean,
really
they
good.
even said because I think after this last game, they're like they mentioned his record versus NFC teams or whatever. And he was like, I don't care. He's like, no, I don't care about the NFC.
Divisions,
he said we just go play football.
Yeah, he's like 17-1 or something like that against NFC.
And he was like, I don't like to get that in my head. Like, let's just go play good football.
No, he's a great guy, bro. Honestly, like you can't hate Lamar, man. Everyone hates Lamar just because he can run.
I think a Lamar ring would go crazy. Like that storyline. I don't care if you're a Ravens fan or not. I think a lot of people would love to see him win.
Low key, I think so.
I'm not saying like maybe this year, but sometime soon. Like
I feel like
gotta be his time. I would be hyped because I know a lot of people that are Ravens fans, and
as well,
I would love to see that personally, but like, I think his time is due. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to get to speaking of quarterbacks,
he's an MVP, dog.
That's why I brought up the Bills because this made no sense to me. You saw the rankings, the power rankings put out by the NFL on ESPN that I sent to you on Instagram.
The pyramid?
No, not the pyramid. This is like the team rankings.
I saw it. Yeah. Well, I had seen them before, anyways. Shout out, we're 30. We're not even the bottom 2. We're bottom 3.
No, but like you got Kansas City. This is just top 10 because this is the top 10 that was made 0 sense. Kansas City at 1, which like you said when you texted me, like
they're always gonna
be 1 because it's Kansas City, which I didn't have a problem with that.
It's like when the Patriots used to be number 1.
Yeah, but the Ravens at 2, which
I mean the way they've been playing, they deserve top 3.
Yeah, 2 is fine. Bills at 3.
No. That was outrageous.
How did you get there after this last week?
No.
How did you look at this last slate of games and think, oh, Buffalo deserves to be top 3? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I would put the Cowboys above them. Straight up. And I hate the Cowboys. I would put the Cowboys above them.
The Cowboys have been pretty good. They've been doing good.
Their defense, phenomenal.
And 2 of the games they lost are against 2 of the best teams in the football.
Exactly. So
then they had the fluke against Arizona.
I still laugh every time I see Arizona's record. I'm like, that one. The one is Dallas. 4, you got San Francisco.
Did you hold on, before we staying on Dallas, did you see the CeeDee Lamb stat?
He did have a monster
It was
game
like
this last game.
first player since I think he like broke Michael Irvin's record of most games with like 10 plus receptions and 150 plus yards. In
No, I
Cowboys
didn't see
history.
that.
I was like, wait a minute.
All
was
I
like,
know is
damn, I didn't even know that.
I was playing against him.
Let me see if I can find it to
Yeah.
make sure I'm right.
I was playing against him in fantasy, and he almost
Coached you.
No. I won the game, but he almost. I was supposed to have like a greater chance of winning, and he almost made that like winnable.
He made it a lot closer.
He made it a lot closer than it should have been. So that made me nervous. But you got San Francisco at 4, which did they win this? I don't think they won this last week. They've been on a decline ever since Brock Purdy got exposed. Now let me not say that. I want him to succeed. I think they're coming off a bye. Because 2 weeks ago. Yeah, they lost to the Bengals and they went on a bye week. So they're just coming back. So having them at 4 is like.
Speaking of the West Coast, did you see Carson Wentz?
I did see that. Because I wanted to bring up. You see the meme where there was like. First of all,
he's collecting teams like
Infinity Stones. You see they added the Rams arm sleeve to him
yeah.
because he has what does he have? A Washington jersey,
Mm-hmm.
Eagles helmet, I think, and then Colts shorts, and then they edited.
No.
I think it's Colts shorts,
Maybe.
and then they edited the Rams.
I thought it was the Eagle shorts, the Colts helmet.
Colts helmet. It might be. I don't know.
I don't know.
Regardless, it's those 3 teams. Dolphins at 5. I think Dolphins should be higher than San Francisco at this point. Like, I know they went to Germany, and yeah, like, we can talk about the Germany game. They went to Germany, played the Chiefs, and did you watch?
He tied. That's what he did.
He tied it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ties Cowboys legends Michael Irvin with career high performance versus Eagles.
Okay.
He now tied Cowboys legend Michael Irvin with the most 10-catch, 150-yard receiving games in their career. If he gets one more this Sunday, he like passes Michael Irvin, who's considered the greatest Cowboy receiver all time, and he's already gonna pass it. That's crazy.
And CD's been there for
since 2020,
something like
or
that.
19.
Only a couple years.
Mhm.
That'd be
No, I
that's
think
crazy.
he was 20. I think he was the COVID year because I remember he had the infamous the phone snatch. Remember?
Yeah.
The
and he
phone
had-
snatch. I'll never forget that.
CD
No, I'll
Lamb.
never
Yeah,
forget that.
2020. No, but like I was saying, the Germany game. Did you watch that final or any of those final plays by the Dolphins? They had a chance.
I heard it was dog.
It was.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching
they
that,
sold
and
it.
it's like Tua.
I saw
so-
the fumble snap.
No, before that though, the play before, his outside receiver, I don't know who it was, like beat the corner, easy touchdown.
Oh, Jalen.
Yeah, and he threw it to the outside. I guess he thought it looked like miscommunication. I guess he thought that the route was going to the outside, but then the guy beat the corner and decided to cut up field. And he threw it early, but that would have been a touchdown to like bring it back. And then that's got to be the most unlucky final play of a game.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he's lefty.
Yeah.
So it's uncomfortable. I was talking about this. I feel like it's uncomfortable for him to catch the snap going right. Because he has to go left to throw. It's the same way when like a righty has to go that way. I feel like it's uncomfortable. So I was like, you know what? It went to his other side. Like he's not a righty. It went completely other side. So he wasn't ready for it to go that way. He was ready for it to go here to the left. And I was like, you know what? That I wouldn't put all the blame on him on that.
Yeah, I mean at least it was a blowout at first, and they started to make it a game. I'm glad we finally put like some top teams in
good
some
teams out there.
European, like I feel like the matches we always have been like bottom tier ones. It's like if you're gonna bring this to another continent, give them a show. Bring them like the marquee teams that you want to promote in the NFL. So Dolphins Chiefs, like great matchup, and the Germany crowd like I love to see the passion from
Europe.
Yeah, it's so cool to see. I think it's a tradition now to sing Country Roads every year, like they always do, and they seem super into it. Like everyone has the jerseys. I think there's a lot of military, like U.S. military in Germany too, so they have a chance to go see the game. So I love that aspect of like what the NFL is doing there. But I would still put the Dolphins above San Francisco at this point, even if they lost. They lost to the Chiefs. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
Cowboys at 6.
Valid. They've been good.
This was my biggest issue. Eagles at 7.
Yeah, I don't think
the Eagles are 8-1.
They should be above Dallas.
How are they at
First
7?
of all, Buffalo should not be on this list.
The Eagles should be
3.
top 2.
Yeah, honestly.
Facts. Like, they're 8-1. There's no way they shouldn't be. And they've beaten teams like Dallas. Did they beat Miami? Who?
Yes, they did. On the Sunday night.
Have they played the Chiefs yet? I don't think so.
No, they play them Thanksgiving week. They're Monday night.
But yeah, they beat some.
So they're not this week. They're next week's Monday night.
People can say. I mean, I've been on here saying they might not be as good as they were last year, but so far I've been proven wrong. They've shown up against top competition in the league, and they're good. They're just a good team. So 7 is absolutely insane.
Do you know how I know that they play next Monday? New Heights. They said it. They're calling it the family reunion game. It's not the Kelsey Bowl. It's the reunion game.
I like that.
Because Thanksgiving week.
Did you see that his wife was like, they used his wife as a promotion for
the new sweater. The new Letterman. Honestly,
also,
I was like,
speaking of Jason Kelsey, did you see he was
better nominated for Sexiest Man? And then his brother ended up winning it.
Yeah.
Did you see Travis won it?
Bro,
don't get me wrong. Travis is a good looking dude.
Mm-hmm. But he was like, his only response was beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I thought that was funny.
100.
Jason should have won. Anyways. Chargers at 8. Dude, the Chargers they literally have, I think, what's like the worst pass rated defense in the league. I love Justin Herbert, but for some reason they just haven't been able to put it together. Let me see their record real quick.
Well, speaking of them, Keenan Allen just passed 10,000.
Yeah, no, Keenan Allen is a dog. And I saw this, and I realized that they said he might be a player to fall victim to, like, his name being forgotten because he's in an era with so many star receivers. Mm-hmm. So 5-10 years down the line, he might be one of those guys be like, hey, remember Keenan? Well, for the casuals be like, I've never heard of who's Keenan Allen. But for people like us be like, oh, I remember he was a dog, you know? But because he's around people like Tyreek or AJ Brown, like the names that get perpetuated more, he would fall to the wayside. You feel me?
Because his catch for 10K was crazy,
absolutely insane,
mind blowing.
Like I can't even describe.
No, you just had to watch it.
No, literally
you had to see it.
But which team was I on? I was saying the Chargers. The Chargers are playing the Lions. The Chargers are 4-4. I feel like, is that worth a top 10 kind of thing? I don't think so. Because in that case, we're top 10 and we're 5-4, and it's putting us in the top 10. You know what I mean? Like I think on most rankings I've seen us like 13th, like 12th, 13th, 14th, kind of, which is fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I think the Lions, I would put them above the Chargers.
I would put them above too.
They've been playing really good this year.
It does suck that the moment they got put at number 1, they started to get cooked. But you got Cincinnati at 9. I would put Cincinnati higher too. They've finally been Joe Burrow. They're 5-3. He's back. He's healthy. He's back. The team is like clicking like they normally do. They're Cincinnati. They're playing.
He takes like the first 3 weeks off
every single year. The first couple weeks is like they're trash.
Starting off 3-0 is just not good enough for Joe. It's like he's like, I want to struggle. Mm-hmm. I need to fight. I need to climb uphill. It's always an uphill battle. And he's also undefeated against Josh Allen. How about that? Did you see the whole thing about like getting called brother, pal, brother, pal, buddy, and what was the other one? Son or something like that? Man, bro. They just kept going. Like I watched that, and it felt like they just kept going, trying to like one up each other. And someone else was like, "What in the Midwest politeness is this?" But yeah, my point being, like, this list, and then you have the Jags at 10. I don't mind that. Jacksonville's been pretty good this year. They're like quietly good, like the past couple years. Jacksonville is 6-2. They should be higher than a couple of teams on that list. Like you wouldn't expect them to be 6-2. Literally, and Trevor Lawrence, man. Trevor Lawrence, a dog. So whoever made that list needs to. Well, it's too late now, but next week, it's got to be better. Yeah, it's got to be better. You cannot have a 6-2 team at the bottom and have a 4-4 team above them, and then have a 5-4 team at third and an 8-1 team at 7. That makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, I know you don't want to base it all. Power rankings aren't based all on just the record, but at this point in the season, I think the record should have more weight because we're going into week 10. So if you have a good record, that shows consistency in the winning column. Yeah. It's not like it's week 4 where we're 3-1, we should be top based on potential. No, you still have time for the second half of the season to build that potential. But if you're 8-1, you should be top 2. Most definitely. Anyways,
I'm done ranting about that list.
You know who I feel like is on top though, right now.
Who?
Joshua Dobbs. He's on top of the football world, at least for the fans, because I feel like every fan is rooting for him right now.
We really are.
And he's got the best nickname I've ever heard, man. The PASSTRONAUT is a phenomenal nickname.
You know, I didn't know that about him.
Me neither.
Until like yesterday.
Yep.
I saw a picture of him
in NASA.
Yeah.
In the astronaut suit.
And I thought people were joking. I was like, oh.
I looked him up. I was on his Wikipedia page. Right, can't be trusted, but still went on Wikipedia, and it was like that he studied aerospace engineering while at college. And then when I told my dad his nickname, my dad was like, "Oh, it's a sick nickname." I was like, "No. There's a reasoning." He was like, "Why?" I was like, "Because he actually is a legitimate rocket scientist." He was like, "Oh, is he smart?" I'm like, No.
No, like
he genuinely is a rocket scientist. Like that's what he studied in college. Like he could just quit football right now and go work at NASA.
Bro, and what's crazy about that is like that's such a tough field to go into. So to pursue that in school while also playing football,
Absurd.
and then choosing football,
breaking the stereotype.
Like, imagine you know all that and you easily could be getting paid big bucks, and you choose to pursue football because you love it that much. That's crazy. Good for him.
Shout out my friend. She just texted me. She's going to Boston this weekend. And she showed me that she bought a Yankee jacket. And I said, don't take that. She said, why? I like it. I said, don't take that.
What
I
do
said,
you mean,
don't
why?
take that. I said, you
To
don't
get
want to get jumped.
jumped.
So she said that she left it because she doesn't want to get jumped.
First of all, she should have realized that before.
I told her. The thing is, she didn't even, like, me. Look at my hat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's my number one sport.
Yeah.
How did she not ask me, dog? But that's crazy. But taking something from New York, any New York, well, really, just the Yankees. They don't really care for the Mets.
Oh, yeah, but like any New York team, really.
Yeah.
Don't wear that in Boston. They hate them.
I know.
That's just common sense.
I know.
And vice versa. Like, why are you?
I don't know, bro. Women. No, I'm just
Okay,
kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's not.
I'm kidding.
Anyways,
I'm not stereotyping.
You can talk about the pyramid if you want to. That would take a little bit longer. We don't have to go in depth, but I'm just saying Nick Wright. Interesting takes.
Yeah, you should go look at that pyramid and criticize him as much as I did.
It's a big pyramid. I'm not going to get into that. But I will say.
No, I know. I was talking to them.
Oh, yeah. Definitely go look at it. C.J. Stroud. And then I'll be done with quarterbacks.
Dog.
What?
Dog.
I've never found myself looking up Houston Texans highlights post-game. I found myself looking up Texans highlights.
It's that he threw to every single receiver. 5 different people had a touchdown.
470 yards.
And then they have a running back kicking field goals.
And he made it.
And he makes it. And it wasn't no like 10-yarder either.
No.
It was no 20-yarder. It was a 29-yarder. That's a big margin.
Houston finally has, like, hope.
Yeah.
Like, the Texans for so long. I mean, you had Deshaun Watson and felt like, oh, they were on, like, trending up. And then we saw how that worked out. But, I mean, you had J.J. Watt for a long time, too. And he retired. Like, well, he left before he retired. But still, now they rebuilt, drafted, put together a great young core. And, like, it's really showing out.
Shout out Tank Dell, man. Shout out C.J. Stroud.
I just picked up Tank Dell on my fantasy team.
W pickup.
I need him to keep this up because this bye week hit me like a brick. It's bad.
How many people do you have on bye?
Like 6 or 7.
Been there.
Almost my entire starting lineup.
Been there.
My lineups this week, especially for my one team, is just like not looking good at all.
I've been there.
So,
but yeah, no, man.
We'll see how that
Houston
goes.
Going crazy in both sports.
I'm happy for them.
They're going
Honestly.
crazy. They went crazy in football this weekend, and they went crazy in basketball this weekend.
Yeah.
I know that you hate to say it. I know, but I don't know.
Their court was nice.
I was trying to cook up a transition.
I
couldn't think of one.
That's all I had to say about football. That worked.
So I was like,
let's go with it.
I said that's my best one right there.
That was good.
But yeah, no, the court.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see Jalen Green emulating the dunk?
Okay.
He didn't emulate the dunk.
He just dunked the basketball.
But it seemed cooler that it was on the court.
I'm sorry. I saw that ESPN post and I'm like,
obviously ESPN's trying to reach. It's an ESPN stat, okay? It's an ESPN stat if we think about it.
Come on.
Omar ain't been cooking recently.
That is what I call
Omar is freezing. He ain't cooking. He ain't cooking. He's freezing.
Yeah. It's Oh, he emulated, bro. He just the logo was emulating what a normal basketball player does, which is dunk the ball. So when he dunks the ball,
yeah,
he emulated the logo.
Exactly. That's the whole point. No, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, Dylan Brooks. I don't know how I feel about him anymore, man. You know why?
The man is
You know
good at basketball.
Because he's actually backed up some of his talk. It's actually absurd.
I know. Still don't like him.
Me neither. But the fact he's actually like they've been winning and I don't.
He's
like,
been hooping this year.
You can't say anything because he's been playing good.
I know. Let's see if that keeps up though.
Yeah. Obviously.
Houston in the long run is not going to do it.
No. But it's a long season. But that was kind of like.
The biggest shock to me has been Memphis. I think they're like 1-6 or something.
Ja
like that.
is the team.
I didn't realize how much he was the team until they don't have him.
They almost goddamn beat the Heat last night.
But still, like they
did because I don't want to say it, but Tyler did get hurt like 9 minutes into the game, but
they're still off to a horrendous start.
But they only had 7 starters yesterday, like 7 players yesterday. They had to bring up other people. But yeah,
I think it's still the biggest drop off from like how they've been the last 2 years to now. I know when Ja comes back it'll be different, but he's missing a quarter of the season. So
absurd what losing Dylan Brooks does to a team. I mean, if you think about it, they gained Marcus Smart, who was the defensive player of the year. They lose Dylan Brooks, who is a self-proclaimed, one of the best defenders, and they're letting up more points because they're losing and they ain't scoring.
All right, I mean,
Desmond Bane been going crazy. He's averaging like 27 a game or something like that. But like, what can he do? It's like what's happening over there in Phoenix. Like they're still winning because they got talent, but like KD's dropping like 40 points a game, and he has to do that. Like if he drops 35, they lose. He has to drop over 40 because they're just like, who's gonna guard all 3? Well, they don't gotta guard all 3 because not all 3 are gonna be on the court. Devin Booker.
Yeah,
he played the first game with
that's
KD,
what I said. The knees are gonna.
Then he got hurt, so then him and Bradley Beal were on the bench. Now Bradley Beal comes back, but he's hurt. Now probably next game KD's gonna sit out, so it's only gonna be Devin Booker and Bradley. And then when KD comes back, right, Bradley's gonna have something, or D Book's gonna sit out, and it's gonna be like they're gonna play like 40 games before they actually like all 3 play together. It's gonna be another repeat of Brooklyn.
Yeah, and that's something that we called in the beginning. Like, yeah, it looks good on paper, but realistically, when are they all going to be on the court at the same time?
Like, end of the day, the only one there that's made his career is Kevin Durant. Whoever wants to say it. KD's been in the league for so long.
Yeah. I think this is year like 17 for him, right?
Yeah, he's been in the league since 07 or 08. He was there the last year of the Sonics, which was 07. Yeah. Because 08 was the first year of the Thunder.
Dang.
When Russ
maybe
got
17
drafted.
is wrong then.
I think he's in year 18.
Year 18?
No, 5 years. LeBron's in what, 21?
Yeah.
So then, yeah, he's in 17.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought I saw. So KD, 17.
He's in 17.
Bro, the era that we're in of like, I didn't realize how old KD was getting. Steph's 35. He's in year 14. I think he was drafted
2009.
2009. So
year
14. Year 15.
Yeah, because KD was 07.
But I feel like at this point, players that are older are playing better than players that were older.
Well, I mean, look at
then, you know what I mean?
Did you see? I saw this thing where it was like most points per game by players in year 15 or 35 plus.
Yeah, 35 or older.
And it was Curry was on the list, Braun was on the list, and KD were on the list, and they're all playing this year. Like LeBron was on the list before.
Yeah.
But like KD's probably.
I think KD was top and Steph was.
No,
Steph was
top. Steph was top. LeBron was second. KD was like third. Was like fifth. But like. KD's probably going to be on that list next year. LeBron's probably going to be on that list next year. Curry's probably going to be on that list next year. And it's like, bro, they don't like end. They don't stop.
They don't stop.
They don't stop.
Curry's literally having better numbers right now than he did in his unanimous MVP season.
Which is absurd.
He's 35.
Yeah.
Like,
first of all, he went unanimous. Let's like, not even the fact that he's 35. It's the fact that he was unanimous. That's never happened in the sport of baseball. Basketball.
We knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Oh, this is numerous sports, but you see what C.J. Stroud said about athletes? He was like, football players want to be basketball players, basketball players want to be football players, and everybody wants to play baseball. Yeah. You think that's valid?
Yeah.
I think it's valid,
because everyone says it's so easy. I mean, granted, it's not easy, right? But I feel like football players are always saying, "Oh, we'd be nasty hoopers," and football players are always like, "Bro,
terrible.
basketball players are like, oh, we'd be nasty football players." Like, well, first of all, LeBron would. That's for damn sure. You don't go 1-1. Literally topping football and topping baseball in your class. Basketball. What do I keep saying baseball?
Your mind is just on
it's
baseball.
My hat.
It's the hat, yeah.
Should I take it off? No.
No.
Cutting.
What if I say yes? You weren't gonna say
nope.
it.
Ain't cutting right now. But yeah, so and then he's like, play baseball because it's like, it's probably the least dangerous.
The thing that both, like, everybody wants to be able to hit a home run, regardless of like what sport you play.
Yeah, but I feel like everyone else wants to be able to dunk too.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, even if you're not, like, if you're a basketball or football player, like you said, basketball players, they're the first ones to want to line up against each other and go catch a football. Football players want to be like, oh, yeah, I can hit that 3 or whatever. Like, let me drive in the lane and tackle you because this is, they don't know how to play basketball anyways. And then, but there's something about everybody.
And tackle you. Yeah.
There's something about standing at the plate and, like, because even if you play it in a video game, when you hit that, it could be like Wii baseball or something. Everybody, you get hype about it. So I can imagine definitely people wanting
Mario,
like,
Super Sluggers, dog.
Bro, I played that.
That was the game, dog.
For the first time, like a month and a half ago.
You never played that growing up?
No, I didn't have it.
Oh my god, bro.
It is a fun game, but one of my brothers is.
I used to like stand up and act like I'm hitting. Right? And I'll like play against my mom. My mom would just be sitting down and just move the controller and like hit it further than me. And I'm like actually like swinging the Wii controller.
Waluigi is a disgusting pitcher. Waluigi is a gross pitcher. Anyways, but yeah, you see what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there's always that
little tangent we went on right there. But yeah.
I'm just thinking about that game. I was cooking with it was my first game on, bro. Because you throw it and then you get the little twist. Oh, his curve was gross.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Dirty. I know exactly what you're talking about. All right.
That game was fun.
Little tangent. We'll curve right back onto it.
What was I saying? What were we
the
talking
CJ
about?
Stroud quote. But
and then before that, basketball, Steph. Yeah. Old heads being still good at the sport.
Crazy, man. We're blessed. Let me tell you that. Me and you, our generation, are blessed with the talent we've been able to see. And it sucks because you see people like, I grew up, I had D. Wade. He's been gone for, 3 years now. Actually, more. He retired before COVID.
Yeah.
Right? Melo retired before COVID.
Seeing Melo courtside still gets me like, because he still had a little bit left in him. The last couple years of his career, he had, like, he wasn't on a team, but he still had some left to play before he officially retired.
Seeing him on the recruit visits for Kean, right? Bro, when I saw him pull up to Syracuse, I was like, oh, bro, that brought back so many memories. The man who literally created the one and done.
Real. So real.
The first man to go one and done.
And ever since then, like, I think they're thinking about getting rid of that.
In 2 years.
Which, do you think that's a good or bad thing? I think we've talked about this before.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like my dad says that they don't go to class, bro. And I think that they make them take classes in the summer and in the fall so they don't have to take classes in the spring so they can focus on the basketball, which I think makes sense. But I still think they go to class. But they probably give them, like, really easy classes so they can, not have to focus that much.
I think the education part should continue to be prioritized because it's important.
It's nice what they do for football players.
Yeah.
Because you can get out in 3 years, because they spend the summer training there anyways. So you could just take summer classes and actually get a degree. Because obviously,
once
football has the shortest, like, career span because of how obviously you're getting hit.
Yeah.
You're not like it's a very dangerous sport. And then they could fall back on the fact that they have a degree, and even if they don't, like, I mean, we alluded to Josh Dobbs. He can literally go work at NASA because he's a rocket scientist.
Because you never know. Like, you could be in the league, like, 2-3 years. Yeah, you did that, and you still have a fallback of going to get a real job.
I got a degree in, communication, and next thing you know, you work your way up to something. Or I have a degree in sports management, or I have a degree in economics for all I know. And, you become an economist, literally, and
Yeah, like, basketball is the same way. I know you have a chance of it being a little bit longer, but at the same time, like, if these kids go in at 17, 18, and then get hurt, possibly career ending, or things just don't work out the way you think they would based on the hype, then they're kind of hung out to dry afterwards. Like, they didn't go to school. You can go back to school, but that's just a different story.
Yeah.
And, it's a realistic thing of, like, a lot of jobs we're in a day and age where you don't have to have a degree to like get a certain job, but there's still a lot of jobs that do look at like who has a degree versus who doesn't, you know? So you still want to have that as like a good fallback.
Yeah. Baseball kind of does the same thing, like a little bit, but like not really. Like baseball, you can get drafted out of high school, but if you don't, you choose college, you can't get drafted until you're 21.
Mm-hmm.
So most people for that is until their junior year. Right, they can't get drafted until their junior year because they won't be 21 until then.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they'll just, stay for the fourth year, and then they'll get drafted straight out of college, like after the fourth year. Some people like are good enough, like for example, the first three picks, the first three of the first four picks, because the third pick was Max Clark. He went out of high school, but Paul Skeens, Dylan Cruz, and Wyatt Langford, they all, only went to 3 years of college. But, some other people were all the way to 4 years. So it's like you either get out of high school or sometimes you go out of college. So it's like they're kind of like a mixture of both. Where it's like if you don't get out of high school, then you got to do at least 3 years of college, like football.
Yeah.
But you have the option to get drafted out of high school.
I know basketball, they're switching to like giving the players more of a choice because you still can go one and done if you wanted to and just develop. But like
some pro.
Some people just go pro immediately. And some have been loopholing that. I think this is why they're changing it. They're going G League first where they can play against better competition in college because those are pros. And it's different playing against another 19-year-old versus playing against a 20-something trying to earn his paycheck for his family. Like that, like, there's different levels, You're getting paid for that. You're developing better. And then you're transitioning to the NBA, which will probably have a smoother transition than college to pro. Because you're already doing like a somewhat pro level. So they went overseas, started playing against pro overseas, and then coming back to the NBA. You know what I mean?
The NBL is a big one.
Yeah, that there was ways around it. So getting rid of it, I mean, it's still viable options regardless. Depending on what the player wants to do. But I mean, what Europe's producing, it makes sense why you would want to play there a little bit. Like, got the Lucas of the world, the Wembanyama's of the world,
Jokic's.
The Jokic is I know that Greece still counts, right? But yeah, like Giannis.
Giannis.
Yeah.
Well, it is still Europe. Greek is in Europe.
Yeah. Sorry. I always get confused because it's like the Mediterranean area type
it's
thing.
It's still Europe, yeah.
Okay.
They're still,
I know maps and stuff.
He doesn't know math.
I know math, okay? It's called a joke. Relax.
The episode 9? Oh, I don't think that was a joke.
That was a joke.
Oh, okay. Again?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good fallback.
Yeah.
But, actually, speaking of Giannis, did you see he got ejected? Why did he get ejected?
Because he dunked and yelled. And
I know.
He just yelled?
But
I didn't know. I think he probably had a tech before that.
I think he had a tech, right?
He had a tech before that, and that was his second tech.
Okay.
But regardless, it was not a tech.
No, that shouldn't have been
all he did was dunk.
I saw him sitting down.
He kind of yelled in the dude's face, but not really. And he just and he did like the too small celebration, which should be allowed for basketball. But the tech was already the whistle went off as he started to do that, so it wasn't even like that was the reason. You know what I mean? Like it was already being called.
Yeah, it was a scream for sure.
Come on.
I don't know, man.
And these refs are they want to talk about. It's not the players' faults. If you talk about the physicality and stuff and the energy being lacking in the league today, it ain't the players' faults. Like, they're the ones getting penalized for continuing to do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You see, they're still celebrating. They're still being physical. They're just getting called on fouls for it, so they have to stop. You know?
Yeah.
It's not their fault. It's literally the refs. The refs need Adam Silver. Find these refs. It's been proven that some refs are biased towards other teams. Remember that last season, the Boston Celtics? The
Boston dude, right?
It happens.
Liking all them tweets, man.
We need to have some sort of system of, fixing this, because it's bad.
Yeah.
There's no way he should be given a tech for that.
But,
you see the video of the dude sitting courtside next to Giannis?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I saw that. Giannis sat down. Yeah. Giannis sat down next to him. Speaking of Silver, though, did you see, well, I don't know if you saw that he was on JJ Redick's podcast. Crazy that he even got commissioner.
No, yeah.
It's crazy that he even got
That's why Adam Silver's the best commissioner.
100%. But he said that the reason, well, you alluded to the Chris Paul quote.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Paul said that it was ass. They didn't like it, and he said that that's why he changed it. He said that he saw they weren't happy with the formats. So that's why I love him, because he's so ingenuitive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he tried something new. They liked it. They said, "Oh, we don't like it anymore." He changed it. You know, he's not like, "Oh no, I want to leave it."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "All right." Like, he's trying to, you know, how do I say this? Like,
I think it worked the first 2 years.
how do I say
not
this?
the
Like,
first two.
he's trying to like work around. I guess like work around, but like cater to. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Cater to the players. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows this is what they want. He's like, I'm gonna get you what you want.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's who you need as commissioner,
Mm-hmm.
right? You don't need, Goodell over there, who's
Dude.
in charge of the No Fun League, who just doesn't like anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you get fined if you probably clap too loud or something like that in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then in baseball, right? He doesn't do anything. He's just there. He's just a puppet. What?
I saw that too.
The Lane Kiffin story.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like the players wanted this. I got you. He went to that. I mean, it's funny seeing all the comments though. Everyone's like, all we want is just them to wear their team jerseys again.
See, I would get confused as a viewer, to be honest. I'd be like, who is on which team?
Well, white,
But-
you know who's who, and
I mean, that was cool. All I think is make it East-West. Whoever wins gets home field or home court advantage for the finals. Boom.
I think that
and
should
they're
be-
playing for something.
Yeah,
and then you have the same format, but they're actually – and also I think it's about time that we
how
just
baseball used to do it.
give up on – it's never going to be the same as it was 20 years ago, 15 years ago. It just isn't
They
because
don't want to get hurt.
yeah, they're more concerned about getting hurt at
Mhm.
that game when you want to have a long run shot at a title, which I understand. So, like, let's just be real about it. They're not gonna be this like playing it like it's 100% game because they know that it doesn't matter as much,
No,
and
I
it's
agree.
a sad truth, but it just
I
is
agree.
what it is. So
agree.
I'm past the point personally of like expecting it to be
hard
you know,
fought.
like growing up. I never expected it to be like competitive because it was just fun to watch. So when you saw something like 2020 is still the best All-Star game I've personally ever seen, that fourth quarter was like
They were playing
the
basketball.
best of
They
the
were
best
taking
playing
charges.
basketball.
They were
Like, it
taking
was
charges.
so entertaining.
I don't know. I feel like it kind of gets bored just knowing that, it's gonna be 190 to 184.
But I'm saying it was. My point was it was surprising for it to be competitive in the first place, just from my
No,
perspective.
I know.
So-
I know you're talking about 2020, but I'm just talking about like the All-Star game in general. Like,
yeah.
You're just letting, you're turning it into a dunk contest mid-game.
Mm-hmm. Or a
You know.
one-on-one with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum mid-game, which is actually was kind of cool.
Where you got John Morant trying to go behind the back.
Mm-hmm.
You got Jason Tatum chucking up 24 shots to make 50 points. It's like, what's the point of like the other dudes? They're just there to have fun, and they're just there to say they were an all-star. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
it is like for them it is fun. Like
I don't
they
know,
get to
bro,
play
'cause-
with
Yeah.
some guys that are their friends. It's like the best of the best. They get to go out and chill. So there could be other things done to shake up All-Star Weekend. Like we've been saying, a one-on-one tournament would be people would tune in.
I love how
Immediately.
I said that. Like, I don't, make the All-Star team in 2K and then try and drop 100, but whatever. You don't do that? I do that.
No, I never did that.
I be trying to cook in the All-Star game, bro. And then I'm over here, talking.
What difficulty you have it on?
Me?
Yeah.
Bro, when it comes to All-Star game, you drop it a rookie.
Mm.
You're just trying to – I'm trying to just
I knew
show
you
off
had
the
it on
fans.
rookie mode.
Only for the All-Star game.
Okay. Sure.
I swear.
Okay.
All right, he ain't believing me now.
Yeah, no, I believe you.
No, you don't. I know when people lie, bro.
I know. I wasn't making it. I wasn't trying to be slick.
Just for the All-Star game. I caught the ending of that.
What were you saying?
Talking about like how I talk smack on the All-Star game, like
Yeah.
they should make it more competitive, but on 2K
Mhm.
I'm the least competitive. I'm trying to,
Yeah.
score 100 in the All-Star game only.
No, NBA season. I think biggest shock, like record wise, like I said, was the Grizzlies with how bad they are. But the Timberwolves. Why are the Timberwolves actually going crazy? right
Ant-Man
now?
is cooking. Get Ant-Man in the kitchen.
I
'cause he's
play
cooking.
defense. That's what he said. He
I
said
got 5
they were
fouls,
trying
but
to.
I play
I got 5
defense.
fouls, but I play defense.
Bro, he's got the best quotes, bro.
He really does. I think
His interview talking about how he would be in other sports is still the greatest interview I've ever seen.
dude,
You play, I was 4-5 hitter. You know what that mean?
clean up. Straight cleanup.
Straight cleanup on aisle 4.
Come get it.
The greatest quote. Is it greatest?
I don't know. This made me think of
your
the
accent.
Timberwolves,
Where you
bro.
from? I like your accent. It's tough. Like, he's the greatest person. He's the best player you could probably think of to be a face of a franchise, to be, the face of the new generation. Man, how you screw up J-Lo? That's the best thing that someone's ever told A-Rod, bro. I promise you.
Screw up J-Lo?
Man, how the hell you screw up J-Lo?
That's a valid question. He's
No, it's a
asking
very
the real
good question.
questions.
But
Nobody else would have had the balls to say that to A-Rod.
who's it? Oh, you know the new owner of the Wolves? No, I just know he played baseball, but I don't know who he is. You don't know A-Rod, dog.
Bro.
He's a funny dude, man.
I'm sorry. I just saw the Hawks. Like, I actually just watched it all the way through.
Oh, the
Bro,
commercial?
the Atlanta
Talk
Hawks.
about that?
What is
Go
with
ahead.
NBA social media being freaky this year? What's going on?
Whoa, what do you mean by that?
You know exactly what I mean. Speaking of the Timberwolves, Brazil, their Brazil account.
That was
what was that?
That was preposterous. That
What
was
was
outrageous.
that?
Outrageous.
I watched it and I was just like, what did I just witness?
No.
Because you expect, a wolf to eat it, and then it was just, and the sound effect too. It was just like,
I didn't hear the sound effect, bro. You
no.
you a manlier man than me, bro. I did not have the balls to click on that audio, bro. I didn't have the balls.
I didn't know.
I
didn't know what was going on, and it was too late.
I didn't have the balls to click on that
No,
audio. I watched that
no,
video
no,
on silent.
just-
I watched that video on silent.
Regardless, it was crazy. But then the Hawks come out with their in-season promotion of being an OnlyFans commercial.
Why? What was that, anyways? I haven't seen it all the way through. What is it for?
Watch it all the way through. It's
I
for
really,
the
I really don't want to.
It's for the in-season tournament, but it's
What?
it's the Hawks mascot in a bed, like.
I saw it, but I don't know I didn't know what it was for. That's
Yeah, it's for the in-season tournament.
That's
Bros,
that's outrageous.
what is this?
That's
Why?
outrageous. I'm at a loss
Why?
for words, man.
And then the Hawks, look at top comment, Hawks Instagram.
I did see that.
Do you think they're gonna get fired or they're gonna get a raise? Whoever put that.
I think it's a mixture of both.
I mean, they're getting. I'm sorry. They're getting clicks, bro. Look at this.
They're definitely getting promoted from
This
intern.
comment I just read. Adam Silver is gonna have a stroke watching this. Pause.
Bro, I swear to
The
God.
internet is undefeated.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, that one got me. That was good. That was good. Just the ... pause.
I don't, bro. The internet is just it's a wild. It's an undefeated.
That's
area.
top tier, bro. That's top tier. Can you imagine if other teams start getting in on this?
No, please. No.
I feel like they might.
Please,
I feel like
let's
they might.
let's leave it there. Oh,
Dude. Only thing I got left. The basketball's been pretty good so far. I'm so glad that, like,
Wemby, Chet, man.
yeah, that's what I was going to get to.
Rookie
Their
of the year
matchup,
battle.
first of all, their numbers are like.
So
Speaking of
similar.
Wemby, you see what he said about MSG?
I thought it would be bigger. Yeah. I did.
That honestly, that doesn't surprise me.
I mean, to be
because-
honest, the bro just is too tall.
No, but like you look at the stadiums they have in Europe soccer-wise, which he's probably been to a number of them. Those things are huge. So coming into Madison Square Garden or like,
yeah, but it's also a bigger. It's 100 yards. It's not 94 feet either.
I know, but I'm like, I thought it'd be bigger. I feel like he was just being like genuine, and the media took that as being like,
100% he was being genuine.
immediate. Bro, the amount of I would see one
Bro, we know this.
close
We're
out, and then,
students.
it's just all of it. Like he said, it was smaller than he thought, and then
We know this. We're comm students.
Yeah,
We're literally learning how to do that.
No, it is what it is. And then he ended up losing his rookie debut, but he had a
4 for 14.
yeah. His response to that whole game was like, I respected it because it was very like humble and just like we're
He's so mature for
no, he really is. He was like we're finding
he
our
was born in 2004.
bro. He's younger than us.
Yes, by a year and a half.
I've been seeing more TikToks and reels of like when you realize like your favorite like athlete or whatever is like younger than you or someone you're rooting for, and it's just like, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we can't get caught up in that. Regardless, it was like you said, it was a mature response, and he'll be fine. him versus Chet is gonna be. I think once Wemby gains a little bit more muscle, which he
Both of them.
Once both of them gain more muscle, but like Wembanyama, he'll be dominant in the paint. Plus, his teammates have got to just give him the ball more. People aren't realizing that. Like,
well, they did, but he had 14 shot attempts. But he'll be all right. He'll be fine. He's still young. Chet's still young. They've only played, a handful of NBA games, so they'll be all right. So basketball is, I think, in a pretty good spot. Embiid, Tyrese Maxey been cooking.
Oh, who was it that just said? I just saw somebody today said that Embiid was the best person.
Oh, Kendrick Perkins.
It was Perk. And then everyone in the comments was like,
in the Eastern Conference. This isn't gonna hold well come playoff time.
Mm-hmm.
I saw.
And they're like, why is he setting himself up like this?
Yeah, I saw the exact same post. But they've been cooking over there. Obviously, they got
Embiid straight up took a shot at Harden.
They lost.
He didn't name Harden, but he was like, no Eagles on this team.
And I agree.
He's right.
I agree, because I know Harden's trying to play over there in LA. Like, he's not trying to be the selfish player. He's not taking shots. But how come when he gets there they start losing?
I don't know.
Like, granted, Kawhi and PG had a bad game, but
terrible.
Still, how come when he gets there they start losing? Russ didn't have a good game, efficiently wise.
No, he didn't.
Shooting wise, so how come?
I mean,
once he gets there,
it goes back to even when he said like they tried to put me in a system. He's like, I'm not like a system player.
System.
I am the system or whatever.
You can't be saying that.
You can't be saying like,
you're
bro,
not LeBron.
His
you're not
2K team chemistry immediately dropped.
minus 20%.
Minus 20%. Like, Harden, you're a
good player.
You're a good player. You were a dog, but come on, you're on a team with 3 other superstars. You can't. First thing you say is, I am the system.
3 of the most unselfish superstars that we have ever seen.
That's why I don't think it's gonna work. One, because they're the Clippers, and the Clippers never, when it comes down
Laker
to it.
Boy.
No, it's true. Even if I wasn't like rooting for Lakers, it's true.
I know.
And like even though the 4 of them playing together, like you said, somebody's gonna get hurt. Sadly, they're all a little bit older, and they do have depth. But like, if they all play terrible, they end up like you said, they end up going on losing streak. They're 0-2
in the Harden era.
I think if I had to take them over Phoenix, I would probably take Phoenix.
Yeah. I don't know why, but at this point,
I would take Phoenix.
I'd say yeah.
I mean, Phoenix has been there. They went to the finals 2 years ago. Like, it's not like it's,
Yeah, but they had a more balanced team.
But I'm just saying, like, they've shown that they can push to that point.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah, that was all I had to say about that.
Well, but staying on the topic, of his old team, of Harden and Philly. What I wanted to talk to you about was about the Philadelphia Phillies.
What about him? Oh, yeah, baseball off-season is,
I kind of was surprised to this. Bryce Harper, right? Me. My love for that guy. Him and the general manager had a meeting. And their idea is for him to be the full-time first baseman going forward.
Really?
Yeah, I was completely
He was that
shocked.
good at it like this past season?
Yeah, he was actually very, very good at it. And
so what did he play before he was
right field?
Right field. And he's not doing. He didn't do that because he had Tommy John surgery.
He was drafted as a catcher.
Okay.
I don't think many people know that.
No.
He was drafted as a catcher, and they said, we want you to play long, so we want you to play the outfield so you don't hurt your knees. And he said, cool. Started teaching him the outfield. He played all 3 positions coming up through the minor leagues and in Washington. He played center field, right field, left field, all 3. And then he asserted himself as one of the best right fielders in the game, so only played right field. Comes to Philly, plays right field. Injuries caused him to play center field for a minute. He was playing center field for a minute in Philly. I remember that. I was like, I like seeing him back in center because he actually has to run, so he was like back on his skinny grind. He wasn't like as big, right? He was constantly running and all that, and then he moves back to right, and then he gets Tommy John, so he can't throw. So they were like, oh, DH, and he was just DH, and then he comes back, and they're like, what if we put you at first just because, it helps us with fielding-wise, and he was like, that's cool. And he turned out to be just a dog at it, and now he's playing first base forever, and I don't know how I feel about that. But
I think it can be good, though.
Oh, I love it. That was my position. I played first base. I say that like I didn't play second base my whole life. But I played first towards the end of my shortened baseball career. But I loved playing first. It's so much fun. It's not hard. It's pretty easy to learn. And, I mean, he's really good at it. And I think that helps them because they can go get an outfielder and keep Schwarber as a DH and then just rotate him with Castellanos. But my thing is, are they going to keep the first baseman they have and put him in the outfield like he used to do? He used to play outfield his first year because he had a first baseman. So his rookie year he played outfield and then went to first base the rest of his career. But his contract is up and he didn't play this year because he had Tommy John. He tore his ACL. So he was out for the whole year. And that's why Harper played first because he wasn't there. So it's like, do you put him back in the outfield and keep Harper at first, or do you just move on from him? So I want to see how that goes. But
what do you think of some of the best off-season moves that need to be made for franchises that are trying to make a run?
All right. So the Marlins, right? Soler just opted out of his contract, so you lose your most home runs right there because he's opting out. You have Berger still on the contract. You have Josh Bell opted in, so you have your first baseman, your third baseman, your second baseman, and Luis Arias. Jazz Chisholm is still the center fielder. This is what I would say. You have a gap in shortstop, right? They have a gap in shortstop where they don't have an everyday shortstop. But Jazz Chisholm was a shortstop coming up in the minor leagues. We put him at second because we had a shortstop already, so he played second in the majors. And now because we get a Luis Arias, he said, "What if I move to center field?" And they were like, "That honestly, that makes sense. We'll make that work." I kind of like him out there because he's fast, less chance for errors, but he knows how to play shortstop. And if you can't find a shortstop, I would not be opposed to bringing him to short. Put him back at his natural position because he knows it. He played it his entire life. I would put him back there and then go try and get an outfielder. You have your right field, you have your left field. I would try and go get a center fielder.
Is there anybody on the market right now that you...
Cody Bellinger. Now, do I think the Marlins can afford him? No. But the Marlins did just make the playoffs, so they are going to be bringing in people. But if they're willing to risk it, they could go get Cody Bellinger and play him in center field and then bring Jazz back to center field. That's me. That's what I would do. You know, that's why I'm going to try and get a master's in sports management so I can be the one making the moves. Because that's what I would do. Like, as a Marlins fan, as a kid who wants to obviously see the team do good, it's his favorite team, that's the move I would make. You have your left fielder, you have your right fielder. They're guaranteed. They're good role players. They're consistent. They're gonna hit you above 250. Both of them, they're gonna get on base. They're gonna make plays. Your first baseman, you have him for this year. You have your third baseman, and you have the best hitting second baseman in baseball, average wise. You need a catcher, but that's fine. You can bring one up from the minors, or you can trade for one. And then you need a center fielder. If you're going to move Jazz. If you're not going to move Jazz, then you need a shortstop. There's not that many shortstops on the market. The big market was last year. Dansby Swanson, Trey Turner, they signed their long-term deals. So you don't have an everyday shortstop. So I would be like, would you be opposed to being back as a shortstop? And if he says no, I'd move him there, and I'd make my priority a center fielder. That's what I would do. And then once you do that, then you work on pitching. You have Max Meyer coming back off Tommy John. He's not no Sandy Alcantara who just had Tommy John. Golly, I hate that word. I hate that name. But, there's a chance that you get a good pitcher back. Yeah. But he's a rookie. His rookie year, he only played 4 games before he had Tommy John. So you haven't really seen him. You haven't really seen him pitch a lot. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to come back. But you lose your ace. You lose one of the best pitchers in baseball because of Tommy John this year. So that kind of sucks. But, you got pitchers coming back that were good last year. And then the bullpen is honestly not that bad. The bullpen kind of held their own. So I think you run it back with some of the bullpen. Get some key bullpen pieces. They don't have to be too expensive. Don't have to be big names. Just people that are going to throw strikes, people that are going to get outs. That's who I would choose. And then I would, the Marlins aren't a big payroll team. They don't have a big payroll. They're not the Yankees. They're not the Dodgers. They're not the Red Sox. They're not the Braves. They're not gonna have big names. You gotta go the Rays route. You gotta go how Tampa Bay did it, and it's a great thing. I hate that we lost Kim Eng, our general manager, because she did wonderful things. I mean, she made the 2 trades for first and third. Yeah. She made pitching trades. Like, she built this team. She made the trade for De La Cruz as your left fielder. She got the trade for Luis Arias. Like, she made big moves for the Marlins. And I think that, she would have done phenomenal things, but they wanted someone above her. They wanted a president of baseball operations to be in charge of her. And she didn't want that. So she opted out of her contract and she dipped. However, the president of baseball operations, we just took him from the Rays. And he made the Rays the Rays. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that's the momentum. That's what I would do. Again, we are watching Moneyball and Calm Research, so I'm kind of in that mentality right now. Yeah. But it's a great movie. But that's how they did it. They didn't try to replace players. They tried to recreate players. Mm-hmm. And I think that if you have the opportunity to go get Bellinger, go get him.
Yeah. They
think the biggest market is going to be between the Yankees, who really want him, who need a center fielder, and a first baseman, low-key. And if he wants to stay in Chicago, if Chicago pulls the trigger on bringing him back.
Yeah.
Because he did good with them, and they just had a pretty good season. But if you're the Marlins, I'd try and throw a number out there. You never know. Try and throw a number out there. He might bite yours instead. And if he does, great. If he doesn't, then so be it. Try and go get another center fielder. Make a trade. Or bring one of your – you don't really have a good center fielder like that in your farm system. So try and make a trade for one. And you know what you're going to need. If not, keep Jazz Chisholm there. Try and go get a shortstop. So I think that's what they need to do. I mean, the other teams, there's a bunch of moves that other teams can make, but I mean, I don't follow them as close as the Marlins, so I won't really know. But that's what I would do if I was with the Marlins. That's what I would be looking forward to.
Makes sense, honestly. There's a lot of time between now and when does spring training officially start? February? Okay.
Pitchers and catchers report in February.
What do you think is going to happen with Shohei?
I don't know, man.
Him getting hurt was just
Tommy John brings down a lot.
Sucked.
He's still projected to get a 10-year, $520 million contract.
Which is rightfully so.
Crazy, though, bro. You're talking $52 million a year is absurd. But they're saying that Seattle's going to pull the trigger a lot. Mm-hmm. The other LA team is going to try their hardest because they have the biggest money. The Yankees are going to try. Do you think he says he loves Seattle. I think if he wants to win, he'll leave. He's not going to win it in the Angels.
No, he's not.
Neither is Mike Trout, but so be it. But, yeah, that's my little baseball rant.
Yeah. No, that was good. I like that. You were very...
Yeah, I got into my, GM mode,
Before we get off of here, this is kind of a funny little thing. I need you to help me pick my walk-up song for tonight, bro. Mm-hmm. So, my intramural softball team is having walk-up songs for, everyone. Mm-hmm. I need to send it in. I have a list. And I showed you the list earlier.
You did.
And you said Father Stretch My Hands. I like that. It's good, but you got to get the right, part of it. I was thinking, have you seen Hardball? Keanu Reeves?
No.
Really?
No.
It's a baseball movie.
Is it the baseball movie?
Yeah.
Or the football movie?
It's baseball.
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen every baseball movie. I've never seen the Field of Dreams.
Me neither.
Heard
it's one of the best. Have you seen Perfect Game?
Of course I've seen Perfect.
Okay.
I lost a tooth watching that movie.
What?
I bit into a popcorn kernel, and it popped into, my baby teeth. I was in 5th grade. It popped one of my baby teeth. Swear. Like a molar.
Interesting.
I swear.
Nah, that's dope.
Just broke.
So that's
shattered. I was like,
That must have been scary, though.
I was like, I was at a friend's house. I was like,
But you finished the movie, though.
Of course I finished the movie.
No, that's a good movie. But Hardball is another one. It's about, Keanu Reeves is I forget exactly what he does. I know it has to do with, gambling. But he, teaches in, a school in Chicago that's, low income, ghetto or whatever. And he, coaches the baseball team and, helps get the kids, not only make them better at the sport, but keep them off the streets kind of thing, while also trying to pay back his bookie. I think that's a plot. It's a good movie. But the kid in that, there was one kid, phenomenal pitcher, but he was, super quiet, and he could only pitch. This was the late 90s, so he had a Walkman. And all he ever listened to was Big Papa by
Notorious Big B.I.G.
And when he had that playing, strikeout after strikeout after when you took it away from him, I guess he just couldn't focus or whatever. It was just his thing, Mm-hmm. So it kind of iconic. So I was thinking about having that. Plus, everyone knows that song.
Everyone knows that song.
So you hear that,
you want to go with a popular song.
I might go with that. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know.
I told you, because I had shit, I'd be weird, dog. So I'd be having dreams about if I was D1, for baseball. I said, bruh, if I had Crank That by Soulja Boy, everybody knows that song.
Crank That be hype, but
Crank That would get the John going crazy.
It would. I'm also thinking Back in Black, AC/DC.
Yeah.
That good, the guitar in the beginning would, because it's only going to be a couple seconds.
No, I know. So, you know what mine was actually? When I played one baseball team where we had them, but I didn't get to choose. They kind of got given to me. I had We Dem Boys, and honestly, it was for the time being, I was 12, 13. So what was that?
We them boys.
2014, 2015.
Yeah, that's a classic. Yeah.
It was like it felt right for the time. You know, like I would sing it growing up. Everybody knew the song.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it's kind of hard that this is my song.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I told you if you really wanted like throwback popper, it's like crank that. I know you have all of the lights on there.
I
on
do
your
have all
list.
the lights on there. All the
Great song.
the horns in the beginning I think would go
It's a great
crazy.
song. Honestly,
If, like, that's
the
time to get
Rihanna
going.
chorus would go crazy.
Yeah.
Rihanna singing the chorus will go crazy just because it goes hard.
This is tough.
It's tough.
I'm gonna get a new one every game, so I can start. I just want to start with one of them tonight.
Today's your first game?
No, it's not our first game. It's the first game we're doing walkout songs.
Oh.
We've already had games. We were just like the other day. We were like, why don't we just? Because we all had speakers, and we're like, let's do this.
Yeah, honestly.
So
it depends, man. What type of vibe you going for? You going for hypeness, or you going for getting the crowd into it?
the hypeness, because there's not gonna be much of a crowd.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
I know. There's not gonna be anyone.
So actually, some people do come out and watch the games, especially teams that
That's a
are
great
playing
catch.
next. Thank you. I might go All of the Lights first game. I think that's a solid
It's a
pick.
good song.
I think that's a solid
I
pick.
think that's the vibe. I think
Yeah,
it's the
that's
vibe
what we're
for
going
tonight.
with. I'll come back on here and tell you about how it went. But
Bet that.
yeah,
You should.
that was the last thing I had.
All right, perfect. I think it's a
Perfect.
great place to wrap it
Mhm.
up, though. Well, this has been the 9th episode of Season 2 of the Players Club podcast. He got it right this time. And, yeah, man, I'm excited going forward. Obviously, we'll be back next week. I think, yeah, we got next week, and then we got the break because of Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, then we won't because, obviously, you going back home for that?
Maybe not. We'll see. Things developed in the last couple of days. Like, I might have to go stay with one of my friends, unfortunately. But, it is what it is.
But I'm saying, like, you won't be here on school.
No. I won't be
Yeah,
in school.
yeah. So, with that being said, I think it's a great place to end it.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Catch us on. Continue to watch I think our YouTube views have been looking pretty nice lately. So thank
Honestly,
you guys for
we
that.
appreciate that.
TikTok, slowly but surely coming out. Our views on that have also been pretty good.
New clip coming soon?
Yeah,
Question
new
mark?
clip coming soon.
New clip coming soon.
So yeah, thank you guys.
We appreciate the love, man.
Peace.
Hasta luego.